Imagine for a moment that the life you dream of is already within reach. Not somewhere far, not hidden behind impossible challenges, but quietly waiting for you to align with it. Now, ask yourself, why does it often seem like everything collapses right before the breakthrough? This isn't a punishment. It's the universe preparing you, sculpting your inner foundation so you can sustain the greatness you asked for. Inside you, there's already a strength vast enough to hold new realities. Carl Jung taught that transformation begins when the ego dissolves, revealing the true self hidden beneath layers of fear and control. This journey isn't about becoming someone new, it's about remembering who you always were. And the tests you face? They are simply mirrors, reflecting the parts still in need of your love and integration. In this video, you'll uncover how the universe, in its silent wisdom, orchestrates trials not to break you, but to awaken you. Every moment of uncertainty, every quiet collapse, is an invitation to transcend who you were and embrace who you are becoming. If you walk this path with open eyes, your reality will no longer be something you chase. It will become a natural extension of your being. And as the Bible tells us, and let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. Galatians 6:9. The universe is not against you. It's aligning you. Will you trust the process? The first sign that your reality is about to shift often feels like a collapse, not a breakthrough. When everything seems still, stagnant, or crumbling, it's a sacred signal. The ego's grip is weakening. Jung reminds us that true change is never comfortable. It demands the crumbling of illusions, the silent surrender of outdated defenses, and the birth of a deeper, steadier self beneath the noise. During this sacred pause, your mind may scream for signs, for guarantees, but the silence you encounter is not emptiness, it's sacred preparation. Every old fear that surfaces is a gate. Every delay is a doorway. The universe is not ignoring you, it is sharpening you, testing if your foundation can bear the weight of the life you seek to live. Write down in the comments, I choose to trust the silence, not fear it. Writing is the first manifestation of your new identity. It's a physical act that anchors your inner decision into reality. Do not underestimate the power of choosing your words and sending them into existence. In this stage, you are no longer being asked to fight. You are being asked to stand, firm, rooted, unshaken. Every emotion rising within you now is an echo of the past, a wave asking to be seen and released. Stay with it, witness it, let it pass without clutching. Because every silent victory you claim now, every old wound you meet with presence instead of panic, builds a future your old self was never strong enough to sustain. At first it may seem unfair, how life demands strength even when you feel most fragile. But this is where the unseen transformation happens. Strength isn't born from comfort. It is carved through your willingness to remain steady when everything around you dissolves. Jung taught that the unconscious surfaces during times of collapse, revealing what was hidden, so that true healing can finally begin. What you perceive as delays or rejections are not barriers, they are mirrors. Each frustration reflects a piece of your unconscious, still longing for integration. The universe doesn't punish the dreamer, it refines the dreamer until the dream can be held without fear, without sabotage. The very obstacles you face are the chisels shaping you into a vessel worthy of the life you desire. Can you see it now? That nothing is against you, only working through you. When rejection comes, it isn't telling you no forever. It's asking, are you truly ready? And readiness isn't proven by ambition, it's proven by endurance, by authenticity when applause is absent and paths seem unclear. If you can learn to breathe deeply even when no outcome is certain, you are already stepping beyond the ego's reach. You are entering the domain of the soul, where true manifestation begins, not from forcing, but from being. In that space, you move not as someone seeking validation, but as someone aligned with their inevitable destiny. This is the silent language the universe understands, the language of internal sovereignty. The more calmly you move through the unknown, the more you magnetize the life that once felt so far away. Silent resilience becomes your signature, and unseen victories start rearranging your reality in ways the logical mind could never predict. It is no longer about chasing, it is about becoming the gravitational force itself. The greatest shift begins invisibly. No fireworks, no sudden applause, only the quiet, steady unfolding within. It feels like nothing is happening, but in truth, everything is happening. Jung often emphasized that true transformation requires the integration of the unconscious, the slow merging of hidden parts into conscious wholeness. What feels like stillness is actually sacred recalibration. It is easy to stay committed when results flood in. But what about when there are no signs, no affirmations? That is when your inner truth is truly tested. You are not being asked to believe blindly. You are being asked to trust deeply. Trust not in an external outcome, but in the inner architecture you are building with each act of courage, patience, and self-loyalty. The reality you asked for is not delivered. It is built moment by moment, decision by decision. Each time you choose faith over fear, you pour another invisible brick into the foundation of your future. And though no one else may see it yet, your soul knows. The universe knows. Every silent yes is shaping something you cannot yet fully comprehend. Many lose themselves here, thinking silence is rejection. But you, walking with awareness, can recognize the deeper invitation. The invitation to become so solid within yourself that no delay, no silence, no external void can make you collapse. This is what it means to embody sovereignty, to become a creator rather than a seeker, someone who no longer chases certainty but radiates presence. Stay awake. Every small decision matters. Every breath you take in trust and surrender is weaving a new destiny in dimensions your mind cannot yet see, but your heart already feels. With each step, invisible threads of possibility intertwine, responding not to your demands but to your unwavering energy. You are no longer building from lack, you are building from truth, and that changes everything. True transformation asks a difficult question. Can you keep your heart open when life gives you no immediate reason to? This is the soul's silent initiation, the space where your commitment is no longer fueled by visible rewards, but by an inner certainty that cannot be shaken. Jung taught that this is when individuation truly begins, when the self steps out of the shadow of circumstance. At this point, the universe is no longer testing your endurance, it is testing your consistency. Can you hold your frequency even in absence? Can you remain faithful to your evolution without external proof? These moments carve the deepest roots, the kind that storms cannot uproot, the kind that nourish futures beyond your imagination. Write down in the comments, I embody the new reality within me. Writing transforms invisible intentions into living energy. It is the first bridge between who you are now and who you are becoming. Every word you declare consciously marks a new step toward your silent, inevitable metamorphosis. Even when no one is watching, you are shaping something extraordinary. Your resilience in unseen spaces sends out a frequency that calls your destiny closer. Every breath you take without falling into despair is a signature of your new identity, whispering into the universe, I am ready, without needing proof. The life you dream of is not created through bursts of motivation. It is built through quiet faith, through unseen alignments, through the unwavering decision to remain true when everything else invites you to give up. And every time you choose presence over panic, you stand at the threshold of an invisible revolution. A quiet miracle begins when you stop asking, when will it happen, and start living as if it already has. This is not delusion, it is creation. Jung understood that reality bends not to fleeting wishes, but to sustained embodiment. The version of you capable of receiving the life you desire is not waiting to be found. It is waiting to be activated through how you move, think, feel, and believe today. When you no longer seek evidence outside yourself, you begin to generate a gravitational pull from within. Doubt loses its power, fear softens its grip. The world around you may still look the same, but inside, tectonic plates are shifting. You are becoming a force, not a request. a presence so aligned that the outer must eventually mirror the inner. This is the stage where many falter, mistaking the silence for failure. But if you listen carefully, you will hear the universe whisper, "Stay steady. Your roots are growing deeper than ever before." The void is not empty. It is filled with unseen architecture, crafting a destiny too vast to be rushed. There is no timeline for the sacred, no stopwatch for soul work. Your task is not to hurry the process, but to remain faithful in its unfolding. Every silent day, every unanswered prayer, every unseen sacrifice is counted, woven into the tapestry of a life that will one day bloom in ways you can barely imagine now. Hold your posture, protect your peace, nourish your inner garden without demanding immediate fruit, because the seed planted in the dark grows stronger, not weaker, in the absence of light. And soon, without warning, the breakthrough will not just visit you, it will rise from within you. Most people look for signs outside, an opportunity, a message, a breakthrough. But the real sign is always internal. It's the quiet moment when you realize, I am no longer who I was. You may still walk the same streets, face the same challenges, but your reaction has changed. And when your reaction changes, your entire destiny starts to shift, silently, powerfully. Carl Jung taught that everything unresolved in the unconscious returns to us as fate. But when you choose to meet your unconscious patterns with awareness rather than avoidance, you break the old cycles. Fate no longer happens to you. You become the architect of a new reality, crafted not by chance but by consciousness. Notice the small victories, the impulse you resisted, the fear you sat with instead of running, the grace you extended to yourself instead of self-judgment. These tiny invisible choices carry the weight of worlds. They are the sacred bricks that build the bridge between your current self and your highest self. If you wait for the world to change before you do, you will wait forever. But if you change first, the world has no choice but to respond. Reality bends to the frequency of sustained transformation, not to fleeting moments of wishful thinking. You are not begging life for a new chapter, you are becoming the author of it. Remember, the universe does not rush masterpieces, and you, walking through silence, through darkness, through invisible victories, are becoming nothing less than extraordinary. The shift you seek is already happening, first in places no one sees, but soon it will become undeniable. There comes a moment when you realize that nothing external can substitute the peace you've built within. Not applause, not validation, not visible success. When that moment arrives, you stop chasing and you start attracting. Jung knew that individuation was not about becoming extraordinary in the world's eyes, but about becoming whole in your own. The tests that once triggered fear now evoke compassion. The delays that once inspired doubt now birth deeper patience. You are no longer reacting from wounds, you are responding from wisdom. This quiet shift, almost imperceptible to the world, is monumental in the unseen fabric of your future. You were never meant to stay small. Life's trials were never punishments. They were invitations to expand beyond your perceived limits. And every time you chose to trust when fear screamed otherwise, you tore down another wall separating you from your true self. Feel this truth settle inside you. You are already transforming even if the mirror of life has not yet reflected it back. The seeds planted in darkness are gathering strength, gathering momentum, preparing for a season where the unseen will burst into undeniable form. The universe responds not to your longing, but to your embodiment. And every breath you take with courage, every moment you choose trust over fear, every step you walk without visible proof, is a message to life itself. I am ready, not because I demand, but because I have become. The old self doesn't dissolve quietly. It clings, it screams, it tempts you back into comfort disguised as safety. But you, walking this rare path of inner revolution, have learned to recognize the echoes of a life you no longer belong to. Jung taught that true healing feels like death, before it feels like rebirth. And now you know why. You are shedding identities that were built for survival, not for truth. Every layer you release, every fear you confront, is a declaration. I am no longer living under illusions. I am reclaiming the reality my soul has been whispering about for lifetimes, and each whisper becomes louder, each step becomes steadier. No matter how long the void stretches before you, no matter how silent the outer world remains, something undeniable is already awake within you. You're no longer chasing destiny, you're embodying it, radiating it, calling it forward with the frequency of who you have become. This silent power, this grounded certainty, is what the universe has been waiting for. Not the desperate longing, not the frantic questioning, but the calm, steady presence of someone who knows they are already the seed, the soil, and the bloom. You are no longer becoming, you are revealing. You are no longer asking for light, you have become the lighthouse, standing firm in storms, guiding new realities toward your shores. Hold this ground. Protect this sacred inner state. Remember, every choice you make from this space reinforces the new timeline you are stepping into. Reality is bending, softly but surely, in response to the vibration you now sustain. What once seemed distant is already approaching, drawn by the unshakable truth that now lives within you. You are not waiting for miracles anymore. You are living as the miracle itself. Every silent battle, every unseen victory, every tear transformed into determination has carved a new reality around you. Jung once said that the thing you need most will be found where you least want to look, and you had the courage to look. Not once, but again and again, until light cracked through the darkness. There is a quiet strength in you now that no external event can bestow or take away. You are no longer dependent on signs, you have become the sign. Every breath you take in presence, every step you walk in trust, every thought you anchor in possibility sends ripples into a universe that has been waiting for your readiness. The harvest doesn't announce itself with trumpets. It arrives in the subtle realignments of your soul, in the deep knowing that you no longer need to chase, beg, or shrink. You are already aligned with what you once thought was distant. The bridge has been built, not outside but within you. And now existence itself moves to meet you halfway. Take a deep breath. Feel the space you have created inside, the sacred ground no fear can invade anymore. This is not the end of your transformation, it is the beginning of your expansion. You are no longer surviving the tests, you are thriving through them, embodying the destiny you once only dreamed of. If this message resonated deeply with you, make sure to subscribe and join our community here at Psyche Explorada. Watch the next video appearing on your screen. It holds even deeper keys to unlocking the hidden realms of your mind, your heart, and your destiny. Your transformation has already begun. Keep walking.